Okay, we are into the second part of round 1. This is going to be Robertcop versus John. Robertcop is going first. Robertcop, obviously a pun on Robocop. There's a hilarious joke behind that if you want to Google it. It's a fake figure. John is going to be playing Nova Grappler and Robertcop is going to be playing Kagero. So both of these decks have 4 perfect guards, I see that immediately. Robertcop is playing 9 draw and 4 heal. John is playing 4 critical, 5 draw and 4 heal. So this is the epitome of rush versus control. I see Robertcop is using a lot of retire. So John obviously loves his machines. You can see there he's got the SPR of the Battle Riser, which is very cool. From what I'm seeing, I don't think John's got a particularly good hand of grade 1 because he only has 2 of Death Armor Guy. He's had to ride one of them already, so John is not to a particularly great start. Especially if we just take a look at Robocop's cards here. He's got an SP Dronic Overlord, that's very nice and pretty. Okay, so Robertcop's probably aware that he's up against a rush deck and that he needs to do a bit of damage. A lot of times Kagero players would be counterblasting 1 and getting that perfect card to their hand opening move, but he knows that Nova Grappler don't have a way of retiring that grade 0 in the back row. At least I don't believe they do. I don't think they do. I don't think they've got anything that can retire anything in the back row. And there goes the Battle Riser. Wow. So Robocop wanted that 14k column to try and hit. Robocop was obviously either looking to hit trigger or his opponent to not hit trigger, which is exactly what happened. So there's also a lot of luck involved, but there's a lot of skill in deciding what to do. Wow, okay, here comes the rush. As I was expecting. Yep, so that's the correct move. Both of those cards will both stand on a trigger, so that's a 16k column. So you get the 10k into the 10k. Wasn't a trigger, doesn't hit. But he still has the 18k column, so if Robert doesn't hit a trigger, then he will be taking a 3rd damage. So now Robertcop's got the choice here. He can either counterblast 1 for the size 0 and get the perfect guard hand, or he can counterblast 3 for the Dragonic Overlord. So we'll see what he goes for. And I'm curious as to whether he's going to ride the Overlord, or if he's going to call the Dragonic Overlord to rearguard, so that he can still get that twin drive. If he calls it to Vanguard, it means he's got an 11k base. It looks like he's wanted to go for the 11k base. It's the more defensive tactic. It means if he hits a trigger, it goes, well, if he takes damage, it goes to 16. If he hits a trigger, it goes to 21. Then that makes it a lot harder for Nova Grappler to hit, because Nova Grappler is good at being able to hit 20k columns, but 21 is a little bit harder to get through. And he's decided to use the effect for the Dragonic Overlord as well. And as you can see here, he's called the Tejas to the rear guard. He's looking to take care of that 8k grade 1 in the back row. Now I think Robertcop will probably be attacking with the Vanguard first, because he knows that he'll be able to hit heal triggers and his opponent won't be able to get a heal if he takes it. So no, he might actually attack the rearguard first. I think that 9k rearguard on the left there, that's just been called for protection. I would have called the 6k grade 1 behind it. I would have called that over here where I'm tapping, just to make that 15k column, so that that second attack would hit if he didn't hit trigger, which he didn't. So that's maybe a bit of a misplay on Robertcop. He's obviously, both these players are very accomplished card game players. Both of them have been national champion in the past. Both of them have been on my team in the past, winning national events. And here we go, there's the Azure Kaiser. So now we've got two 11Ks looking at one another, so that's going to be very interesting. But John is much lower on the cards. I wonder if that's two perfect cards he's got in the hand, or if he's hoping to... Yep, well, that makes sense. That move. Obviously, Azure Kaiser is if you hit any trigger, you can stand something, and the Death Army guy stands on a trigger. Excuse me, bit of a dry throat. So, I'm not sure what. Yeah, okay. I was wondering if John was thinking about damage denying Robertcop, stop him getting that perfect guard off of the grade 0 to hand, but it seems difficult to try and. I imagine Robertcop will keep the 11k Vanguard here, although it is tempting to go for this, just try and get the skill off to know if you hit trigger, retire that grade 1 in the back row, but it's given up a 10k and 11k for a 10k. Okay, so he's got one perfect guard in hand, but John does have 3 face-up damage, which can allow the effects of the Lion, which is when it attacks, when the attack hits, can't blast 2, stand one of your other rear guards. That can get off a lot of attacks very quickly, which is why it's very important to keep the 11k Vanguard. So Robertcop, he's obviously got a lot of decisions here as to what he wants to go for, because obviously his 10k rear guards can't hit the opponent's 11k Vanguard, so he's going to have to be relying on a trigger. He's just decided to get rid of the rear guard using that effect. I'm not sure why he's keeping the 6k grade 1 in hand. It was an SP Berserker Dragon, that was cool. Okay, no trigger, so that's quite unfortunate. You would have needed to hit 2 trigger for the rear guard to be able to hit anyway. And there goes a heal trigger. It doesn't activate because he's on less damage. That might have been part of Robertcop's design to keep himself on more damage than the opponent, just to make sure that those heal triggers don't go off. So as we can see here, Robertcop still has all 4 heal triggers in his deck. John still has 3 of them, unless he's got any in hand. We still haven't seen any criticals from John yet, which John would be relying on hitting those critical triggers earlier, because the perfect guards are just going to negate them later on. But there's a stand trigger, and that will stand that entire column. Okay, so now Robertcop is in a very difficult situation. He's only got that 11k, that 6k grade 1. He's drawn into 2 of them, so that makes a 12k column. And then he can attack with the Draconic Overlord. Unfortunately, it doesn't play any criticals, so he's going to have to rely on hitting a heal trigger or hitting a draw trigger and getting into a perfect guard to survive the next turn, because he can't win this turn. And he'll be realising that, he'll be realising he's at a bit of a disadvantage at this point. Obviously there's no time limit, he's taking his time, he's thinking what the best move is. He might even be thinking about calling one of those and going Card Blast 1 just to get rid of that rear guard over here. This one. Just so that the grade 2 can't hit his Vanguard. We're thinking about all these things. Now, Robertcop still hasn't hit any of his heal triggers yet. It is very possible that he can hit a double heal and both of them will go off, taking him back down to 3 damage. John has only used 1 of his heals so far, so he's decided to keep the grade 1 in hand again. It's very unusual. Okay, well, that gives them a draw, and that allows the rear guard to go up to 11k, which means he can put John on the 5 damage. Yep, and he's just decided to do it. Okay, we'll see what happens here next. If Robertcop hits a heal trigger, he'll go to a 21k base, which will make it very, very difficult for John to hit anything. John will also need to be relying on triggers here if Robertcop does hit one of his 4 heals. He has 20 cards left in his deck, so that's a 1 in 5 chance of hitting any of those 4 heals. That'll be John presuming, well, that heal trigger does go off, and that will stand the rest of his field, because the Azure Kaiser will stand that 13k, which makes that a 20k base. So if Robertcop does hit a heal trigger here, then he does survive this turn, because that's only 20k and that's 21. And that is unfortunate. All 4 heal triggers, none of them are seen. And that will put John into the next round, 1-0, and that will put Robert on 0-1.